You think you're in control of your life, but what if every major decision you've ever made was quietly influenced by invisible rules you never knew existed? Think about it. Why do some people walk into a room and instantly earn respect without saying a single word? Why do opportunities seem to chase certain people, while others spend years chasing opportunities? It isn't luck, it isn't talent, and it definitely isn't magic. There's an invisible system operating beneath everyday life, a system that quietly decides who gets trusted, who gets promoted, who becomes influential, and who stays invisible. The strange part is, nobody teaches these rules. School doesn't, most parents don't, society rarely talks about them. Yet the people who understand these invisible rules often seem unbelievably successful. The people who don't keep wondering why life feels harder than it should. Today, we're going to uncover those hidden rules, one by one. And by the end of this video, you may never look at success or yourself the same way again. The first hidden rule is this: people don't respond to reality, they respond to perception. Imagine two strangers walking into the same interview. Both have the same education, the same skills, and the same experience. Yet within the first 30 seconds, one of them is already seen as more capable. Why? Because before people judge your intelligence, they judge your signals. The way you walk, the way you pause before answering, the way you make eye contact. Your brain is making hundreds of tiny decisions every second, and so is everyone else's. Most of these decisions happen without conscious thought. That's why first impressions feel so powerful. They're not always accurate, but they're incredibly influential. And once a belief is formed, the brain starts searching for evidence to support it. Psychologists call this confirmation bias. It means people often notice the things that prove their first impression and ignore the things that don't. That's why changing someone's opinion is so difficult. You're not fighting their logic, you're fighting the story their brain has already written. The people who understand this hidden rule don't waste their energy trying to impress everyone. They focus on sending consistent signals that build trust over time. Because trust isn't built in one dramatic moment. It's built through hundreds of tiny moments that most people never even notice. That's where the second hidden rule begins. Your brain doesn't remember everything that happens to you. It remembers what carries the strongest emotion. That's why one embarrassing moment from years ago can still make your heart race, while hundreds of ordinary days have completely disappeared from your memory. Emotion is the glue that holds memories together. And the people who understand this know something most people don't. If you want to change your future, you first have to change the emotional meaning you attach to your past. Failure isn't always proof that you're not good enough. Sometimes it's simply evidence that you were brave enough to try. The moment you change the meaning of an experience, you change the power it has over your life. That's why two people can go through the exact same event and come out completely different. One sees a setback, the other sees a lesson. The event is identical. The story is different. And stories shape behavior far more than facts ever do. Now, here's another invisible rule that's quietly controlling your life every single day. Your environment is stronger than your motivation. Most people believe they fail because they aren't disciplined enough. But discipline loses almost every battle against environment. Put a bowl of candy on your desk, and you'll eventually eat it. Put a book in the same place instead, and sooner or later, you'll open it. Your surroundings are constantly making decisions for you before your conscious mind even gets involved. That's why successful people don't rely on willpower alone. They design environments that make the right choice feel easy and the wrong choice feel difficult. They remove distractions before they become temptations. They build systems instead of depending on motivation. Because motivation comes and goes. Systems keep working even when you don't feel like working. Think about the last promise you made to yourself. Maybe you said you would wake up earlier, exercise every day, stop wasting time on your phone. What happened? At first, you were excited. Then life became busy. Then your old habits quietly returned. Not because you were weak, but because your environment never changed. Invisible rules always beat visible intentions. About making bigger promises. It's about making better systems. And once you understand that, you stop blaming yourself for every setback. Instead, you start asking a much more powerful question. What system created this result? Because every result has a system behind it, whether you can see it or not.